just on the damage, because I think, it's obviously fires are one element of that, but clearly there was some practices post-war mainly, I think, to drain some of the peatland to try and make it more accessible for farming and things like that. How much repair do you think we need to do to those that are in a bad state? And 80% is a huge amount of work to do. And what kind of policy do you think the government should take on their peatland strategy, which is promised at some point soon, hopefully?
It's a bit like fusion power. It's been promised, and it's coming shortly, but it's always been coming shortly. But anyway, we hope it will be arriving very soon. Yes, the moorland drainage, peatland drainage, there was a fair amount carried out even 100, 200 years ago. But post-war, there was an explosion of drainage because we developed new drainage machinery, in particular things like the Cuthbertson plough, which is a double moldboard plough that allowed, for example, forestry, but also general moor gripping to be undertaken across extensive peatland areas much more easily than before. Incidentally, at a conference many years ago now, I found myself sitting next to Cuthbertson of the Cuthbertson plough fame, and he was really proud of what his plough had achieved. He said, I'm turning these wastelands into something productive. I think we have a different view now. So yes, the problem with a drain on a peatland is that it's removing water more rapidly than should occur. It's like if I were to suffer a cut and I start bleeding, the thing that keeps me alive is being lost. It's exactly the same for a peatland. It will, in time, mend itself, but it can take hundreds of years for some drains to fill in. So it's far better that we intervene early and we put dams in these drains, we block these drains, and we keep the water where it should be, which is in the peatland. We also have extensive areas of forestry on peat. It's now being recognised that this is perhaps not a good thing, particularly given that peatlands contain far more carbon than you can store in forest on a given area. So there are now major programs of tree removal, particularly up in the north of Scotland, where there was extensive afforestation of peatland systems back in the 80s. But essentially, for our moorland areas, the most beneficial thing we can do is just stop damaging them.